What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm excited to have you here because today I'm going to do the type of video I never thought I would do. Something a little connected to the spec market, but still a little more new guy in nature. So before I ramble too long, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, connect, do whatever you do on the platform you're on. Just look for my furry face inside of an orange circle and click all the buttons next to it. So this is exciting because I've never thought about the spec market. I've never thought about the money connected to comic books. To me, they're great storytelling devices. And so today, I picked up a spec book. What? I know, right? It's so anti-new guy. But, yeah. If you don't know, I got into Suicide Squad, the Robbie Thompson run that's going on right now. We're 3 issues deep. And I really didn't expect much from that series. Honestly, I picked up the first one assuming that I was going to drop it after that issue. But I wanted to give it a shot because I did enjoy Future State Suicide Squad. So I grabbed it, I read it, and I fell in love with one of the characters. Pretty much the main character of the story right now. Not that there isn't like plenty of other people to highlight there, but I was just really blown away by this one character. I've become a little obsessive over him, you could say. But I just really like the way that Robbie Thompson is writing him right now, and the personality that they've given him, and the way that he is. And then James Gunn dropped a trailer for The Suicide Squad, and although I haven't seen it, I've heard great things, and I know how excited people are. I really like James Gunn as a director. I think he's miles ahead of pretty much everybody else trying to work in the superhero genre because he understands how to take something really goofy and corny and weird and like make it work on screen. Even if it's still kind of like goofy and corny, he knows how to convert that energy into something that works on screen because a lot of comic book things, even if you like it in all of its goofiness, it still doesn't work and translate on screen in the same way. And so I love the way that James Gunn is able to pull these sorts of things off. So I'm really excited because this character is being played by John Cena. And as much as I don't care at all about wrestling, and I always thought John Cena had the stupidest gimmick in the world, and honestly, I still do. Like, you can't see me? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't know why anybody likes that. But then I saw this movie called Trainwreck, and John Cena was in it, and his comedic timing and his delivery and his ability to perform and act is honestly quite impressive, and I think people underestimate that quite a bit. I don't think a lot of people have seen him in movies. I definitely never watched any of those like budget movies that WWE was putting out for a while there. So I don't know how he was in those. But I can tell you from Trainwreck and some of the stuff I've seen him appear in since then, I really like the guy as an actor. I think he's a great entertainer. He's still not quite The Rock, but I mean, he's probably the closest thing to The Rock coming out of WWE these days. My kids just watched the first episode of the Big Show earlier, and it's so bad. Like, a lot of these wrestlers do not have that type of charisma and that screen presence, and The Rock and John Cena, like, really just completely pull it off, you know? And so I'm excited because Peacemaker is a character that I've fallen in love with. His first appearance was in Fightin' 5 number 40, which is going for about $3,500 right now. Absolutely, even if I had $3,500 that I didn't need, I would find something more reasonable to spend it on. So, say what you will, like, I think the spec market is so ridiculous. I don't know who's paying that kind of money. And you can probably tell how much I love this character at this point. But I was digging through some back issues, and I came across Peacemaker number 2. This was a 4-issue miniseries, and it was, I don't know how well received it was. I actually haven't got around to reading any of it, although I do have it pulled up on the DC Infinite app. So I do plan to read it, but this is pretty much the only series that has this character's name on the title. And so that's really exciting to me. I was looking for maybe 1 or 2 of these books just because I wanted to have this character like in his old school glory before the movie comes out and stuff. So I'm digging through there. I come across number 2. And if you look at issue number 2 right there, February of 1988, which is kind of significant because that's when I was born. February 1988. I mean, that's coincidental in the best of ways, you know. So I finally got my hands on a Peacemaker. It is number 2, and it's my birth month and year. So I'm really excited to grab this. I paid $3 for this. I mean, I don't spec, I don't collect. So even if I were to send this book in, I would assume it's probably like a 2 or 3 or something. Who knows? I'm happy with it like this. I wouldn't mind getting like a top loader or one of those like comic skins or something to put it in, just to keep it a little more safe than my own grubby hands. But I'm really excited to have it. I love this. I think it's great. I'm glad I didn't have to dump a ton of money into it. I don't think it will ever increase in value. I probably bought it at the priciest it'll ever be. And that's exciting. I'm really excited to have this in my collection. I'm going to use a word that this is probably totally inaccurate, but I'm going to call it a grail. I wasn't chasing that specific issue. It's not like it's worth a ton of money to anybody. But, I mean, this is a book that I actually wanted. I've only chased like 4 books in my entire life. Bitterroot number 5 has a B cover that I have that I would like to get that, like framed or whatever. Absolutely love that cover. Power Rangers Go-Go Power Rangers number 20. They had an Alpha 1 cover that I really liked that I chased down. Got it off of eBay. They also had a Go-Go Power Rangers number 20 had a the Iron Giant variant cover that I chased. And then Peacemaker, this would be the 4th book I've ever chased down. So it's important to me personally. It's kind of connected to the spec market. So thank you for tuning in for Spec Market News with New Guy. I really don't know what to call this. I'll probably never do another video like this. But sometimes it's nice to show off some of the books that I've collected, regardless of why I collected them for myself in the first place. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a good one. Until next time, keep flipping pages.
You